Worked for this week. So we got a new packet of notes on Monday. You're supposed to do page 2, the independent practice. Did you show me those problems? I think almost everyone has. I think it's only 3 people who haven't. But anyway, did you show me those? And then yesterday it was page 61 in the workbook. It was 11 through 22. I did the evens. You were supposed to do the odds. Did you do those and show them to me? So if not, we need to fix that as well. Okay. That's all the words I got. I know normally it's an easy 5.8, and I'll probably feel sorry for any movie to a 5, but for now, we'll at least try to compete, and maybe you can get over a 5 before we take the test. That would be the goal. We're starting on 67, if I do recall. Do another answer to number 67. 67 is C, 2 can get a point. Now, I was never, ever going to pick which answer choice. Yes, Gilbert's a good point. I wasn't going to pick A because A had a positive number in front. So it should have been a parabola that was a U. All the others were the negative ones. So I was never, ever going to pick A. Now, one way to figure out whether or not C is we could factor. We could take out an X or negative X, and we'd be left with X plus 4. And we set that equal to 0, so we end up figuring out X equals 0 and X equals negative 4, and that's great. If you want to end up factoring and figuring it out, you can. Or the easiest way to handle this would be to do what? Yes, Jack's get a point. The easiest thing to do is just be graphing in your calculator. Which picture matches the graph I got in my calculator? Or which equation? Okay, number 68 is really easy. We don't even need to graph it. Yes, ma'am. 3 get a point. We know because it's a negative 2x squared. That negative in front meant we were going to open down, so it wasn't C or D. If it's opening down, clearly we have a maximum at our vertex. So the answer was for sure A. Good job. 69. We're asked to decide if it has a max or min and then find that value. 69, what did you say, Daniel? 2 and 3 at a point is A. Now, I knew since it was a positive 4x squared in front, I knew because of that it was going to be a minimum. So I knew it wasn't C or D. The question is, where did that minimum occur? So you can either use that formula we discussed for the axis of symmetry, negative b over 2a, and plug that back in, and you can do all that, but the easiest way to handle it would just be graph it on the calculator. And then what buttons do I press if I'm trying to search for a min? And then what? I don't press trace. I press second calc, and then what button do I press on the calculus? Yes, I heard it from you, Nick, you can have the point. Trace is okay, but it's not approximate. Now, since this is multiple choice, will it be probably good enough? Probably so. But I'm a second calculate, set my bounds with my min kind of person. Okay, number 70. The answer is page B. Thank you. Okay, here is, and you can have a point for that. There is one dumb answer. Do not pick which one. C, Karen said first. We do not want to pick more than 2. It either has 0, 1, or 2 because of that x squared. Okay, you could graph it and figure it out. Or, again, we can think things through. To find a 0, you set your equation equal to 0. We take the square root of both sides. We'll have x equals plus or minus 0. Is there such thing as a plus or minus 0? No, I once argued there was a negative 0, and I was wrong. There's only 0. It's neither positive or negative. It has no charge, sadly enough. So the answer is B. There's exactly 1 0. Okay, 71. So we know the answer to 71. No. Wait. It is D. 0, 4, yes. Yes. It was you, Daniel, right? Okay. Now it said solve by graphing. if I wanted to graph this in my calculator, what used to be x squared equals 4x, what do I need to do? I'm going to move the 4x over, but yes, we've got to get everybody on the same side. I can graph this in my calculator now. Okay, I get that normally you have to be a rule follower, especially because I look at your work, but talking about semester exam, I'm not looking at Ryan's work, I'm just looking at Ryan's answers. So even though it said solve by graphing, it's okay with me if he solves by factoring. What's the GCF? If I pull in an x, I have x minus 4 equals 0. If I set each of these factors equal to 0, I'll have x equals 0, x minus 4 equals 0, so x equals 4, so Daniel is correct. I don't know how he did it. He could have done it with factoring, he could have done it by graphing, he could have just guessed really smartly. Or, you know, he could have plugged in the answer choices. 0 squared does equal 4 times 0. That's true. And then 4 squared, that's 16. 4 times 4, hey, that's also 16. That's true. Probably could have guessed your way into the right answer choice. Yay, multiple choice. Okay, let's go on to 72. We're going to do a couple more, and we're going to call it stops. If you had to guess where I was going to stop, you would not be surprised. 72 is where I don't say it again, ma'am. It is B. How did you do it, Paige? Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Okay, it works. So Paige guessed her way into it, and she had a strategic plan guessing this. So it's smart guessing. And really, I shouldn't even call it guessing. She had a strategy. It was an educated guess. What's another way we can handle this? We could have, we're making life, and I'm going to show you another way to make life complicated. The lazy man's way would be to just graph each of these and see which of these equations actually crosses at these 2 points. That would be the lazy man's way. Easiest. So I was with Paige. I had a feeling it was either B or C since they look so similar. So I took B, and I decided I was going to factor it. Now, if you like slide, divide, bottoms up, good for you. I'm a guess and check kind of person. So I know it's 5x and x, and I've got to multiply to -2, so maybe it's a -1, +2? I don't know, I'm guessing. I check myself, 5x squared plus 10x minus x, that's plus 9x, yay. -2, I guessed correctly, yay. So my factors are 5x minus 1 equals 0, and x plus 2 equals 0. And when I solve, I get x equals -2, and on this one I get x equals 1/5. So Paige really is correct, and I could have done it by factoring. And then the last option way we could have solved this is we could do life in reverse. Like, we understand these are our 2 answers. So if we're going to, and we've not done one like this, I'm just throwing this out there. So in reverse, that means I had x plus 2. Because if we set that equal to 0, x plus 2 equal to 0 ends up being x equals -2. Same thing with this one. I realize it's going to be like a 5x, and it ends up being a -1 in order to get that positive 1/5. So I kind of knew my 2 factors to begin with, just knowing what the 2 answers were. Now, we work life backwards like that, no. Is it literally fine with me if you just graph it and figure out which one's the answer, of course. Okay, let's go another answer to 73. Paige, get another point. It says 7 and -2/3. How'd you figure that one out, ma'am? Yeah, that would be the easiest way. But again, if you want to try, like she knew it was C, or she thought it was C, and if you want to try to factor, I kind of have a feeling this factor needs to be a -7. This factor probably needs to be something with a 2. Let's see, 3x squared minus 21 plus 2, that is -19, so I'm right. So when I set them equal to 0, I'm going to get 3x plus 2 equals 0, so x equals -2/3. X minus 7 equals 0, so x equals 7. I mean, do you have to do all this factoring stuff? Absolutely not. You can just figure it out by graphing. Okay, 74 is going to be where we stop today, mostly because you know that you probably need to look at those I problems before we go over them, because for some reason you and imaginary numbers are normally not friends, so maybe you should look over 75 on before we discuss them tomorrow. Okay, 74, the answer is D, to get the point. Now, we could solve by factoring, or we could literally put this in our calculator and see where it crosses the graph. And if I solve it by factoring, I need two things that multiply to negative 18 and add to negative 3. Well, negative 6 plus 3 is negative 3. Negative 6 times 3 is negative 18. So he's correct. I get x equals 6 as one factor. I get x equals negative 3 as my other factor. So he's completely correct. But again, I know it says solve by factoring, but I don't know how Nick actually solves. Nick could graph it on his calculator, so plug in the answers. He can do whatever he needs to do to get the answer. It's multiple choice. I don't look at his work. Do what you need to do to get through. Okay, we're going to stop there. Let's go ahead and get this 5-1 test out of the way. I know some people started yesterday, maybe finished, and you need the option of looking back over it. Give me a hot minute to get those out. If you forgot yesterday to show me the notes page 2 or the workbook, make sure you show me before the end of class today. Let me pass out the test first.